What's good, fam? This is Queen Common Sense coming back to you from the Chi-Town, holding it down. Goddamn. I just came back to holler at you a little bit. I was inspired today by my good friend, King Grizzly Bear. You know, that's my YouTube colleague and, my little troublemaking buddy that we fuck around on YouTube and do crazy shit. We ain't got no sense. But, yeah. My tough love, one love family. How y'all doing? Hotel! I just came back to holler at y'all, make a quick little touch on a few things on this bullshit. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm let y'all know this is some wrong. I'm wrong for this, y'all. But I can't help it. I needed a good laugh today. It's been a really stressful month for me here in September. And I needed me a little laugh, and I just had to get it off of my chest. You know how I do. I like to talk me a little shit and have a little fun. It ain't no big deal. I don't take it serious. And I'm not going to get in the middle of all the bullshit because I think it's real stupid. But sometimes I just got to say something. I got to say something, I just wanted to point out a few things. Because you know me. I like to analyze shit. I can't help it. I'm over analytical. And I'd be looking and watching shit, putting pieces of little puzzle together. And I like to throw it out there to the family to see what they think. They think. That's another nigger term. Think. I want to hear what you think. That's how my auntie used to talk down south. Think. Okay. You ever notice these motherfuckers who got this little bullshit with the gender war stirred up and keep shit going, like to keep little bullshit going, talking shit all out the side of their neck, these ignorant motherfuckers. Have you ever noticed either they don't show their face? They used to show their face and they don't now. The ones that do show their face, they don't never have no company or nobody, no noise in the background. They don't have no rambling around. You don't hear no giggling of the children. The phone ringing. The mailman come through. Dishes clanking in the back. You don't hear shit. These motherfuckers is in a room or a basement or in their mama's office, basement, study, or in the kitchen when everybody else in the house is at work. And they only motherfuckers there. All day and half the night, these bitches is posting up videos and shit. It's like they just sit and try to think of shit and invent all of this overinflated, distorted, delusional bullshit to talk about. And they always got this overly condescending, infallible mind that's just so goddamn profound and intellectual tale. They don't even know what the fuck, and they can't make sense out of what the fuck they talking about, let alone anybody else halfway understanding what they think. And the only motherfuckers that's on that same frequency with them is the ones that's just as sick and twisted as they are. Have you ever noticed that, fam? I just be watching this shit because I'm learning too. I'm learning because I don't expect everybody to be on my wavelength. I don't expect everybody to agree with me because that's people's prerogative. I ain't got no problem. But have you noticed that these motherfuckers is always by themselves? You don't see no shadows. You don't even see no spirits crossing up and through their aura, Even the spirits and shit don't want to fuck with these motherfuckers. Excuse me. But they the main one. They always bragging about what the fuck they got, more so than the next one. How low frequency some of us sun cheering women's is, and all that. Have y'all noticed that? And you know, I just wanted to point that out, you know, because it's interesting, you know, very interesting to hear. Some of these people got you all pegged and can kind of somewhat lump all motherfuckers in one category and then assess these particular people that they talk about. Usually it's women of the sun, you know, and they trying to put us down like, you know, we ain't got no goddamn sense, we ain't worthy of shit but what they say we worthy of. And I want to go dig around in some of their little dirty laundry and see what the fuck they doing. Because that's a natural kind of instinct to do, right? If somebody can judge another motherfucker based on their past or present situation, and off the top can look at a person and tell just how trifling that person is that they're looking at. But then when they turn that finger around this here way and point it back at themselves, you wonder, are they describing themselves? Are they projecting their own inner insecurities and shortcomings onto these peoples that they got problems with, or that they have potential problems with? See? I just be looking and watching. I just be thinking, wondering. Anybody else? I just want y'all to feel me. Walk with me a little bit. You know what to do. If you feel me, hit me up. I'm just curious, though. Another thing I noticed is the same motherfuckers that always got something negative to say about women of the sun. They always uplifting somebody else's culture over their very own culture. See? But you don't never see none of them other culture peoples that they uplift commenting on their shit that they talking. Have you ever noticed that? You know me. You know how Queen do it. I'll just be watching. And then, another thing I noticed. When they tell you, us, what we be doing. This is how y'all do. See, y'all do this and y'all do that. Have you ever noticed that it's the very same thing that they be doing? They want to hold other people accountable for what they do. But it's the exact same behavior that they do. That makes sense? I'm just wondering, y'all. I'm just asking. You feel me? So, like I say, you know, and another brother on another video has said this too, and I can't quite remember his name, but he was talking some good sense. And he stated that this gender war bullshit only exists here on these damn social medias, on YouTube, Twitch, shit. When you get out in the real motherfucking world, you don't see half as much of this bullshit going on in an active sense as you do on here, on this YouTube. They come on here and express their frustrations because they have poor taste in the women of the sun. See? So they want to come take it out on other people's. Because they really can't get their just desserts in person with a female that done dissed them and played them to the left corner pocket. They can't quite get at her because she gone. So you're going to come on here on the YouTube, talk shit, and pick on people and be a goddamn e-bully shit. Have y'all noticed it? Just let me, please, share. If I'm on the wrong track, I own it. If I'm wrong. But anybody else see? Is it just me, y'all? I'm just wondering. So, them just a few observations that I wanted to throw out there. You know, these are some of the most ignorant, bipolar, multiple personality having niggas that I have ever seen here on YouTube. And this shit is all the way live. It's a good tool to look at. Y'all watch these motherfuckers real good. You hear me? You got to analyze this shit here. Because a lot of it is a teaching tool. You don't argue with these fuckers. You don't get in there, get down dirty with them unless you absolutely have to. See, that's how you handle these bitches. Because the more you ignore the ignorant motherfuckers, the more they show themselves to you. The more they act out like a little 5-year-old. You ignore, you know how you put the baby in the corner for 3-minute timeout. And the baby just wiggling and touching and doing all kind of stuff. And you say, sit down, 3-minute timeout. You should have touched that. You hit your sister, you don't hit. And I sit in timeout 3 minutes, we're going to sit here. The baby do everything they could possibly do in them little short 3 minutes to get you to pay attention to the baby. Right? That's how these motherfuckers is, like little toddlers. You got to put them in timeout and let them stay there. Give them a little child abuse. You know, of course, we wouldn't do that to the babies, but these is adult babies who don't quite get it. So they need to be shocked out of their normal, habitual, pathological behavior, a little twisted, a little off, and it fuck up people day when they come on here with their bullshit. And we trying to get a movement going and shit and keep people on the one and get a line of communication open between the women of the sun and the brothers of the sun here. We trying to get that going. We're doing good. We starting to calm down and listen a little bit. And here come these lonely ass, hating ass, jealous ass motherfuckers who ain't got nothing better to do than hop in the Miller and try to stir up and fuck up the soup. Too many chiefs and not enough goddamn Indians. And I always ask this question. A lonely nigga sitting in the crib in the house, in his mama basement, looking at the wall, talking shit about everybody else but himself. How you and niggas like you gonna teach a woman how to be a motherfucking woman? I'm just curious. Didn't no nigga teach me how to be a woman. Now, the dudes, the men in my life taught me how a man is supposed to treat a woman. Because they treated me a certain way at all costs. That's what a man supposed to do in a woman's life. His daughter, nieces, you know, older cousins, supposed to show you how a man is supposed to treat a woman by treating you appropriately, accordingly. Can't none of these single, destitute niggas teach no woman shit and criticize no goddamn woman and try to check her on how she's supposed to act. You know? And if you are not the example that you teach on, it's going to be a little hard for me to digest your data that you putting out there for me to receive. I don't know if that makes sense. Because the microscope ain't just on the niggas that's acting up. The microscope is on the motherfuckers that's got the microscope on. You understand what I'm saying? Excuse me. So, family, I was just throwing a few little things out there that I noticed about these gender war, female sun-cheering, hating, bitch-ass niggas. I was just analyzing it. I was just looking at it. See, I just wanted to put it out there, share it with you, what I had learned, to see if you noticed what I had seen too. That's all. You know, watch out for these dogmatic motherfuckers, y'all. You know, because they had a problem growing up. They had either too much parenting, too much mothering, or not enough nurturing. It makes sense? And it's a little bit off balance, so they feel like they don't feel like they're quite in control of their cipher. See, what they want when they want it ain't coming quick enough, see? So they got to try to gain some type of control and delegate some shit. And they ain't got no goddamn juice over their own motivation. Because they always sitting at the screen on the camera looking at you, telling you what the fuck, where to go, how to go, and when to get off, see? They can't even control their own bullshit half the time. That's why they got to keep stirring up trouble, instigating bullshit, talk about this, that, and the other thing ain't right about the opposite complementary gender of the sun. That, you know, am I making sense? You got to watch, listen, and decode some of that shit. You got to read between them lines. So, I just suggest, you know, we just don't even entertain that shit. Unless it start to get dangerous. You know, because ignorance is real dangerous in and of itself. But then when it starts to affect other people and people's lives and well-being, it's affected by it here. We got to stomp that roach down. We got to put that fire out real quick. Real quick. Because it's a distraction. It diverts your attention in the wrong direction, see? And where your frequency starts to evolve and grow, that kind of shit there that I just explained, that I was analyzing, that brings your frequency back down to where you don't want it to be. So, it's best just let that shit ride. Let it burn. Just go on, let it burn. Don't even address it. Because all they're going to do is keep having little temper tantrums. Time out. Put them in time out. That makes sense. Some of these low frequency motherfuckers, you got to train them like a dog. Sit. Stay. Speak. They like that shit. That's all they know. Anything any more complex, they feel it's an insult. See, they can't handle it. Mind can't wrap around that quite good enough. So they want to reject it. Because all they know is dysfunction, discord, and disease amongst their own ciphers. So they will come out into the communities and social networks here and begin to turn over stones, as my auntie used to say. You just like turning over stones just to see what's under there, to upset the community that's living under the stone. Does that make sense? So let's not address these stupid, hybrid, low-frequency, mutated, big-mouth motherfuckers. Because all they doing is projecting their toxicity onto the movements that's going around, creating all kind of good energies, waking up some spirits, shaking the foundation of our ancestors to get us to get up and move and rise up to our etherical destiny. They don't like that because they feel left out and they know they wasn't blessed with the gift in order to be leaders and part of that awakening. They want to keep you asleep and keep singing this stupid ass lullaby to you with the bullshit over and over again. You see, that's what they're designed to do. So we must not continue to feed and blow oxygen on that fucked up ass fire. We got to put that fire out, fam, by not even fueling it, smother it. Don't give it no energy, no oxygen, nothing to feed on. And if you got a bucket of water, toss it on there. Coffee, something, put this bitch out. Saturate the perimeter of that toxic ass fire, so that when it burn and travel, it'll weaken it. You see, you put up a barrier of sorts, spiritually. You know, sprinkle that blocking dust on them. You know, stamp it out like a grease fire when you throw some flour or sugar on it. You know. So I'm going to sign out for there right now. Peace, fam. One love, one unity. Tough love. Heal the self to heal the nation. Ma'at Hotel. Peace out. Queen Common Sense out for now.